Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's grammar capsule, part of our professional English program at Customer Service College. My name is Teresa, and I will be your virtual tutor for today. In today's session, we will analyze different auxiliaries you can use to give advices and recommendations in English. Let the learning begin!
All of the auxiliaries we are going to analyze in today's session follow the same structure. The verb followed is in simple form.
Let's begin with the most common auxiliary used to give advice and opinion, the auxiliary should. We use this auxiliary to express different ideas, including a personal obligation, a moral obligation, and our personal opinion to express what we believe is the correct thing to do. Look at the following examples where we use should. Notice how the verb is in simple form, including in third person.
I should eat healthier. My doctor believes it will help me. She should wear a suit to the interview she has tomorrow. It will help her look more professional, in my opinion. I should save more money each month. I need to start organizing my expenses.
Continuing with our presentation, let's now analyze another commonly used auxiliary in English, the auxiliary must. We use this auxiliary to express a duty or obligation. For example, when signing a contract or to express a very strong recommendation or moral obligation. It is considered stronger than the auxiliary should, since it can express an obligation. The verb followed is also in simple form. Let's go over some examples.
You must respect your parents. It is your moral obligation to do so. You must try the new restaurant they just opened. I strongly recommend the soup. It is delicious. In most countries, you must be at least 18 years old to vote. It is the law.
And then there is the auxiliary have to and have got to. The auxiliary have to expresses a necessity, and the auxiliary have got to can express urgency or immediate action as well as obligation. For this auxiliary, the verb is also in simple form. However, in third person singular, the auxiliary is modified to has. Listen to the following examples where we use these auxiliaries.
She has to wear glasses to see. It is not an option if she wants to drive. You have got to pay the rent today. If you don't, you will have to pay interest. To give a professional recommendation, we can use the auxiliary ought to. We use this auxiliary to express our professional opinion, expressing obligation like should, but letting the other person know it is a strong professional recommendation. A doctor, for example, wouldn't use the auxiliary should if she wants her patient to know it is an important, strong recommendation. Listen to the following examples.
You ought to lose weight, since your health is at risk. You ought to eat healthier, and you ought to do more exercise.
We also have the auxiliary had better. This auxiliary has a sense of urgency, where if what is recommended is ignored, it can have a negative consequence. The verb, as in all of the rest, is also in simple form.
For example, as a doctor, I can tell you that you had better quit smoking, because if not, you will get cancer. In this example, I am expressing urgency, and the negative consequence if you ignore my advice is getting cancer. At work, for example, if you are requested to call your boss for an important matter, a coworker can tell you to had better call him if you don't want him to get upset. And to end our presentation, we also have the expression, might want to, which is used to give options of what to do when recommending something. The verb is also in simple form. If, for example, you ought to finish all of your work today, and you are kind of feeling overwhelmed, I could give you an option and tell you that you might want to ask for help as an option of how to finish your work on time. As a summary, here we have the auxiliaries we presented today, which are the following: should, must, have to, have got to, ought to, had better, and to give options the auxiliary might want to. Remember that when recommending using these auxiliaries, the verb followed is in simple form. We hope you enjoyed today's session. Next time you have the opportunity, practice what we saw today.
On behalf of our team at Customer Service College, we would like to thank you for watching. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages.